Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Brandless Beauty. So today we're going to be doing a halo eye. So my brows are already done and my primer is already on my eyes, and we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. So if you don't know what a halo eye is it's a type of eyeshadow look where instead of, usually common practice is your eyeshadow is contoured, you have a darker shade in the crease, your darker shade, and then a darker shade is usually on the outer corner area, and then you have your light shade on the lid under the brow, kind of how we did the previous Brandless Beauty with the classic Hollywood glam type of thing. That's usually the standard placement for eyeshadows. A halo eye switches that up a bit, and instead of doing that, you have your brighter shade right in the center of the lid versus the inner corner or just on the lid, on the entire lid. And your darker shade, and when I say darker, just darker and deeper than the center of the lid. Those are on the outer parts. You can do a really stark halo eye with dark black eyeshadow and like silver in the center. But most of the halo eyes that I think are really appealing to the eye are halo eyes that have all the same colors, like in the same color family. And the center of the lid is just the brightest of those in the color family. And I think that'll be the easiest if you're starting out and you're learning. So you can do a natural halo eye. For example, if you're doing like brown natural eyeshadows, then you would put maybe a pop of gold, because that's still in that neutral family, a pop of gold or a pop of light cream in the center. Another thing that you should know is that your halo eye does not have to be all matte or all metallic, or it doesn't have to all have the same finish. Although sometimes if the shadows that are in the halo eye, the darker one and the inner one, if they are the same type of shadow, same finish, they'll be a little bit more cohesive and a little bit easier to blend, and it will really give that gradient of just fading into brightness versus just two different shadows and you put the lighter one in the middle. Does that make any sense? So we're gonna go with the easiest route, but I am going to use some pretty bright colors for my halo eye. But again, you can translate these to whatever you have. I actually want to use some red eyeshadow and some like red, bright, plummy type of eyeshadows. Well, plum's not red, but berry type of eyeshadows. You can do whatever you're comfortable with, but try to stick in the same color family. That'll be the easiest. So most people probably reach for neutrals. When you get a little bit more confident, you can do a halo eye with blues and greens if you want, and put the green in the middle. Yeah. So that's what a halo eye is, and that's how we're gonna execute one today. So again, my brows are done, my primer is on, and I'm gonna start with a red shade. Okay? A bright red eyeshadow, which is a true matte red shade. You can grab whatever matte. This is going to go in the crease. This is where we put that skin tone shade in the other Brandless Beauty. But we ain't got time for skin tone shades. We're going bright or going home. So I'm going to take a fluffy crease brush, and I'm going to blend that red into the crease right where my line in my eye is. But I'm also going to pull it up a smidge. A smidge. That's a technical unit of measurement now. Now, if you want as much control as I have here, find yourself a fluffy crease brush that the bristles are a little bit more densely packed. So something on the lines of this versus something that might be like this, so you can see the difference. And I have way more control. And I am bringing the red all the way around. So with a halo eye, in my opinion, but y'all know, with a halo eye, I like the look of them where they're not brought out into a wing. We might not even do a wing, but just a little bit more rounded, more sunset shape. So anyway, I put that down in my crease, and I'm going to take, I didn't even dip into any more shadow. Continue to blend, just windshield wiper motions, pushing that shadow up past the crease and higher up toward the brow. We don't want any harsh lines, and we're using red, which is very different from my skin tone. So I'll show you a trick that'll really help. You've done as much as you can, or you feel as though you can. Take yourself a clean fluffy blending brush, a clean one, and go ahead and continue to blend those edges of that eyeshadow look, that eyeshadow, so they literally fade. It might take a while, but there you go. And then before I go to the other eye, I'm going to show you this step. I'm going to go in with a deeper shade to contour that eye, just to add a little bit more dimension and shadow on the outer half of my crease area. And I'm going to go into a deeper shade in the same color family. So this is the red I used. I'm going into a berry plum shade. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a smaller crease brush, just like the one I used for to apply the red down. And I'm going to go ahead and take this and contour my eye a little bit more. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into that semi-clean brush and blend those two together around the edges, just making sure this is all blown out and ready to go. I'm going to do the other eye and I'll be back. Okay, so we got our matte shades blended out and blown out and everything like that. And so now we're going to go into the actual, I guess, halo part of this. With what we're going to do is we're going to apply one shade. We're going to pick one shade that is a little bit deeper and one shade that's a little bit lighter from each other. Doesn't have to be from that plum that we put in. Long as the shades are related in the same color scheme, they're going to blend. They're going to look really nice and cohesive. But you're going to go through your collection, pick out two shades. What I think looks well with these reds and berries, I'm going to go with like some bronzy copper shades, maybe something like that, as well as something like, swatch this one, like this. It's completely up to you. It's completely up to you. You decide. With your metallic shades, if you really want to pop, don't forget you can wet those. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go into my, I'm actually going to wet my deeper one. So what you're going to do is you're going to take whatever shade you deem the darkest. You pick two shades that you like. Whatever shade you deem the darkest, you're going to pick that up and we're going to start with that. Ooh, excuse me. Mine is a metallic shade. So I'm going to wet my brush. You can wet your brush with water if you want. I like to use a fixing spray or setting spray or something like that. That's what I'm reaching for. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my shade. My shade looks like that. It's not going to focus because my head's here. There we go. And I'm going to spray. Maybe not. My spray's stuck. Oh well. Alright, we're going to take that shade and we're going to place it on the outer. It's okay. It's okay if you even want to sweep all over the lid. That might be easier for you. So you know what? For teaching purposes, let's go ahead and do that. So put this shade down. Put your whatever metallic shade you chose, darker shade you chose. Again, it can be matte. I just like metallic. If I'm doing a halo eye on the lid, I like metallics. So go ahead and place the shade you chose. Place it right down on the lid. Now, you can cut this like a cut crease, or you can go ahead and ensure they blend in to your crease shades, which is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go ahead and blend with my blending brushes that I used. And make sure this metallic shade falls seamlessly into the matte shades that I placed down. See? Want it to look pretty good. Pretty good. I'm going to do the other eye. See how these are all in the same, these shades are in the same color family? Ugh, beautiful. Okay, so you have your matte shade, you have your blown out, you have your metallic shade that you chose on the lid. Again, this is a look right here, sis. It is. But we're going to make it a halo. So whatever your lighter shade was, I'm going to go with, I want to go with this one. Yeah, I'm going to go with this one. whatever your lighter shade was, I'm going to go with this one here. Yeah. You're going to go ahead. Now I'm going to really try to wet my brush because I really want it to pop and be metallic, but my setting sprays don't seem to be spraying out. I don't know what that is. Take another brush, a smaller brush. This is important. You don't want it to be the same size as like a small eyeshadow brush, whatever you can find. You don't want to be the same size as the brush you used on the lid because you won't have as much control. So go ahead and get into your shadow, and you don't have to wet it. I just like to wet my metallic shades. There we go. And you're going to press this in the center of the lid. Dead center. So you might want to look straight ahead, right where your iris and pupil are. Dead center. Go ahead. And what we're doing is we need to blend that with the other shade that's already on the lid. So I like to kind of go in circular motions. This looks almost like you're building a sunrise, if you will. And blend those two. A blend tip that I use, that I recommend to everyone. You can decide how much in the middle you want it, how much you don't want in the middle. If you want a smaller area in the middle, if you want a larger area, that's up to you. This is about as large as I go. But what you can do is go back to your metallic shade, which I recommend you do, and go over the edges of your halo shade to make sure you got a cohesive blend going on. You see that? Boom. You see the center is really popping there. We're gonna take it up a notch. This is a high maintenance halo eye. So let's go ahead and do the other eye together. I'm gonna dip back into my lighter metallic shade. I'm gonna wet my brush. The only thing that would make this even more high maintenance is if it was a cut crease, which that'll be another Brandless beauty. That will be another Brandless beauty, but and then we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go over. All right, we're not done with this eye, honey, because this eye is going to be set. We're setting it off. We're setting it off. So what I want you to do, and this just helps everything, I keep saying cohesive, but yeah, everything work together. We're going to take this lighter shade that we put in the center of our halo, and we're going to go with a fluffier eyeshadow brush. Not something too densely packed. Something a little bit loose and fluffy. Like that. And we're going to tap in it lightly. And that is going to be our brow highlight as well. So it's almost like you're sandwiching those shades together. Check that out. It's really nice. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and focus on the lower lash line now. Excuse me. This is a dramatic halo eye. The concept, you can stop here if you're not a lower lash person. If you don't put product down there, you're good to go. I'm going to do some liner. And I'm gonna do a nude liner to really open up my eyes. There's no other reason than that. I'm gonna do a nude cream, not nude cream, a nude gel pencil liner. Looks kind of scary. It does. But we're almost done. Now, if you want to take again an even higher level with this halo eye, what you did to the top of your lid we're going to do to the bottom, sort of. Switch it up a smidge. I'm going to take a really small pencil brush, and I'm going to go into the plum shade that we used in the crease, and I'm going to put that under my lower lash line. Not to cover the liner, but to accentuate colors of this look. And we're going to add that halo at the bottom. We're not going to do the darker metallic shade, but we're going to go into the lighter metallic shade. And I'm going to go into there with a small pencil brush, small fluffy brush, and I'm going to go back into that shade, and I'm going to put that in the center of my lower lash line. See where we're going? See how dramatic we're taking this? Now you have a top and bottom halo situation. If you want, you can go in the inner corner with it, not too far in, because then you're going to take away from the halo. You still want it to clearly have that bright shade just in the center popping like that. But I am not going to put on falsies with this look. I'm going to apply mascara, and I'm going to curl my lashes and apply mascara, and I'll be right back. But this is where you would do your liner and your lashes. That's completely up to you. But I'll be back. And there we go. Again, I just added mascara. If you want to add liner and lashes, that's up to you. I did not add liner because the halo, the brighter part in the center is usually where I would make my line the thickest. So we kind of take away from the whole point of accentuating the center, making them brighter, making them open. And so that's what I decided to do. So yes. Now, I am not going to do my face on camera because that's going to be another tutorial on a flawless base. Flawless base. So you got to check that video out. It's coming out soon. So should be next week's video. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about anything, any of the techniques mentioned in this video, feel free to leave them down below. I love you all, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.